After kickstarting its 2017 OLED campaign with a sensational but expensive OLED W7, LG is now following that up with something rather more affordable. In fact, at just £5,000, $5,499 or $7,999 Australian dollars, picking up the 65-inch version of the E7 over the 65-inch version of the W7 can save you a significant sum of money, around £3,000 in the UK or $2,500 if you live in the US. This substantial saving means you have to forego the W7's incredibly thin and flexible screen, as well as its external control box and speaker system. However, the OLED 65e7V still looks like $1 million, still boasts an integrated soundbar that claims Dolby Atmos support, still boasts LG's excellent WebOS smart system, and still, most importantly of all, delivers pretty much identical picture quality to its more expensive sibling. Interested in buying an LG OLED E7 of your own? Here's what you need to know. The OLED 65e7 is a ridiculously good-looking TV. The OLED film is mounted onto a glass plate that's just a few millimeters thin for the majority of the set's rear and extends with extreme cuteness slightly beyond the picture's outer edges. The need to build in the set's soundbar speaker system, connections and electronics does mean the TV juts out a few centimeters further over its bottom third or so, but this detracts only a little from a truly mouth-watering form factor. Connections on the OLED 65e7 comprise 4 4K/HDR-capable HDMIs, 3 USBs, terrestrial and satellite aerial connections, a LAN port, an optical digital audio output, a headphone output, an audio line output, and an RS-232 control port to help you integrate the TV into a home control system. Plus, of course, there's built-in Wi-Fi, over which you can share files from other DLNA-enabled devices on your network, or stream content and download apps and games from LG's walled garden of online services. Despite the best efforts of its rivals, LG still owns in WebOS what we consider to be the most friendly and easy-to-use smart platform in town. The OLED 65e7 sports the very latest version of WebOS 3.5, though, admittedly, this doesn't differ all that much from previous versions. For the record, the new features introduced for 2017 are support for 360 VR media. You can scroll around the 3D environment using the TV's unusual point-and-click remote, an enhanced zoom mode for magnifying sections of the picture, and the ability to map your favorite 9 apps to the remote control's numerical buttons. These new features join the familiar simple, efficient, colorful and slick WebOS on-screen menus, as well as a strong content count that sees key streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube joined in the UK Buy Now TV and integrated Freeview Play support. This latter feature means you can access the catch-up TV platforms for all the UK's main 4 terrestrial broadcasters, and track down programs you may have missed via an on-screen guide that can scroll back in time as well as forwards. Note here that the Netflix and Amazon apps support both 4K and HDR streams. In fact, the OLED 65e7 will play those services' superior Dolby Vision HDR streams when they're available, as well as the industry-standard HDR10 streams when they're not. In 2016, LG's OLED TVs were in most ways the kings of normal HD, standard dynamic range playback, and the OLED 65e7 picks up this baton. Its stunning black-level capabilities provide a near-flawless foundation for standard dynamic range's relatively limited brightness extremes and color tones, allowing both to achieve maximum impact. Colors look dazzlingly rich for SDR but also natural, while bright highlights take on an almost luminous, but also effortlessly authentic, beauty due to OLED's ability to have each pixel deliver its own light. This helps the pictures look stable, three-dimensional, even though the TV does not support actual 3D, and rich in light and tone detail. That said, we wouldn't say the OLED 65e7 does much more where SDR color and contrast are concerned than the previous E6 OLED series TV did. Where the E7 towers over its predecessor, however, is with the quality of its HD to UHD upscaling. It adds more detail to HD pictures, as well as enhancing the upscaled image's overall crispness and clarity. Sony and Samsung may still have a slight edge where HD upscaling is concerned, but it's great to see LG closing the gap, especially as the deftness of color and light control OLED achieves with its pixel-level luminance control is beyond anything any LCD can deliver.